As we approach week 8 of the football season, we are still reeling from week 7. 3 top 15 matchups, including a top 5 contest between two rivals, Mount Vernon and Winnsboro. Both teams undefeated in district prior to Friday, but somebody had to lose. And for that reason, as the underdogs prevailed, Winnsboro's Josh Finney is our Under Lights head coach of the week. It was a top 5 showdown in Winnsboro Friday night as the number 5 ranked Red Raiders took down the number 2 team, Mount Vernon Tigers, after trailing by 1 headed into the half.
Made a few adjustments, and defense came out and played lights out, and offense went out there and picked up 2 more scores, and it was just a great atmosphere.
A great atmosphere, especially for Coach Finney, who was just the head coach of the Mount Vernon football program before returning home to Winnsboro back in 2019. So as you can imagine, Friday's big game is where his 2 worlds collided.
Oh, you got twice as many kids you coach, twice as many friends, and twice as many enemies. I coached a lot of those boys over there when they were in junior high, and some of those are some really good ball players, and I had nothing to do with it. They've been coached up very well, and they've had some very successful runs, after I left. So, but being able to come back home and coach here, coach at my alma mater, just a great experience for me and my kid.
His kid, Kyler Finney, who just happens to be his team's quarterback, throwing for 2 touchdowns on the day and 1 on the ground.
You only claim them as your son when they play well, the rest of them, they're mama's kid, your mama's boy, so.
Well, right now, Coach is claiming his whole team, especially with a 7-0 record, and as senior defensive end Landon Boyd tells us, they earned it.
Off season, it was rough. A lot of work, a lot of time. Then we started 2 days, we started practicing then, it was very hot. So yeah, it was rough.
A rough start, preparing for a tough district. After the game, Coach with a very emotional response.
I'm so proud of these kids, the way they have turned a corner here, and now we're one of the teams to be talking about now.
We've kind of flown under the radar for a while, and don't get the love, that some of the other teams are getting. We're still 7-0 and barely can crack the top 10, or whatnot. But all we can do is settle it on the field and go out there and prove what we can do each week.
Now they've cracked the top 10, jumping to number 2 in the Beast Texas rankings, hungry for their next opponent and continuing to have one heck of a year in Winnsboro.